Shalom, my friend. I want to talk to the men today. I want to talk to the man who is exhausted. You are working 18 hours a day. You are reading every book on marketing. You are grinding, pushing, and striving. You have the strategy. You have the product. You have the drive. But your bank account is stuck. It feels like there is an invisible glass ceiling over your head. You make a little progress and then boom, an unexpected expense hits. You close a deal and then boom, the client backs out. It feels like you are running on a treadmill. Lots of sweat, no distance. Let me tell you exactly where that glass ceiling is coming from. It is not the economy. It is not the government. It is not your competitors. It is your marriage. I know this triggers you. I can hear you saying, Rabbi, please, keep my business separate from my home life. My business is numbers, my home is feelings. They have nothing to do with each other. But the Torah teaches us that there is no separation. There is a specific spiritual mechanic, a law of physics as real as gravity that dictates that a man's financial flow is 100% dependent on the emotional state of his wife. If she is crying, your money is dying. If she is honored, your wealth is unlimited. This is not marriage counseling. I am not a marriage counselor. I am a strategist. Today I am going to teach you the Malhoot protocol. This is the secret that the wealthiest Jews have used for centuries to build empires that last for generations. If you are ready to stop hustling and start flowing, you need to listen to this video until the very last second. I am Rabbi Boaz, the Torah Life Strategist, and today we are going to dismantle the hustle culture lie that says you can succeed in the marketplace while your home is in chaos. The Talmud in Tractate Bava Metzia 59a gives us a formula that is more powerful than any stock tip or crypto investment. The sage Rava, who lived in a wealthy trade city, a man who understood commerce, told his students, Okiru l'nashai shuki hechi detisru. Translation, honor your wives so that you may become rich. Read that again. He didn't say honor your wife so you will have a peaceful dinner. He didn't say honor your wife so you won't get divorced. He used the specific Hebrew word for wealth, hitashrut. Why? What is the connection between how you treat your wife and the digits in your bank account? To understand this, we have to stop thinking like modern people and start thinking like spiritual architects. We have to look at the Kabbalah of money. In Kabbalah, the universe operates on a system of light, Or, and vessel Kli. Everything in existence is a relationship between these two forces. The male energy, Zeir and Pin, is the transmitter. It is the potential. It is the seed. It is the idea. It is the hustle. The female energy, Malhoot, is the receiver. It is the manifestation. It is the soil that takes the seed and turns it into a tree. It is the vessel that catches the light and turns it into reality. Listen closely, because this is where most men fail. You can pull down all the light in the world. You can have the best business ideas. You can have the highest energy. You can be a genius. But if you do not have a vessel to catch it, the light spills on the floor and evaporates. In the spiritual structure of your life, your wife is the vessel. She is the Malhoot, the kingdom. If the vessel is cracked, if she is hurt, disrespected, ignored, or lonely, the blessing leaks out. You are pouring high voltage electricity into a broken wire. This explains the phenomenon of the unlucky genius. We all know that guy. He is smart. He works hard. But he is always broke. He is always in a crisis. Why? Because he has highlight but broken Malhoot. He is generating energy but he has nowhere to store it. And on the flip side, we know men who seem average. They aren't the smartest. They aren't the hardest workers, but everything they touch turns to gold. Their wealth grows steadily. They have peace. Why? Because they have a pristine vessel at home. They have a wife who feels like a queen, and because she feels like a queen, she creates a spiritual container that catches every drop of blessing that comes their way. The sage Rabbi Yosei used to say, I never call my wife, I call her my home. Why? Because without her he is homeless. He is just a wanderer with potential but no reality. Let me tell you a story from the Midrash that proves this mechanics. There was once a pious couple. They were married for 10 years but had no children. In those days, if you had no children after 10 years, you were allowed to divorce. So, they decided to divorce purely for the sake of having children. They still loved each other, but they separated. The man went and married a wicked woman. The woman went and married a wicked man. What happened? The pious man who was righteous and wealthy eventually became wicked and poor. The wicked woman dragged him down. But the pious woman, she took her new wicked husband and she transformed him. He became righteous and he became wealthy. The Midrash concludes, everything follows the woman. She is the architect of the reality. If you think you are the self-made man, you are delusional. You are the engine. She is the transmission. You can rev the engine to 7,000 revolutions per minute, but if the transmission is broken, the car doesn't move. Let's look at the story of Rabbi Akiva. He is the greatest example of this investment strategy in Jewish history. Akiva was a 40-year-old shepherd. He was illiterate, he hated scholars. He was poor, zero potential. But he married Rachel, the daughter of a wealthy man, Kalba Savua. Rachel saw something in him. She saw the potential light. Her father disowned her for marrying him. They lived in a barn. They slept on straw. Every morning she would pick the straw out of his hair. She told him, go learn, go become who you are meant to be. She sacrificed her comfort. She lived in poverty for 24 years so he could study. When he finally returned as the master of the generation with 24,000 students, the crowds cheered for him. When Rachel tried to approach him, his students tried to push her away because she looked like a beggar in old clothes. Rabbi Akiva stopped them. He said the most famous line in Jewish marriage history, Sheli v'shelahem shelahu. Translation, mine and yours is hers. He wasn't just being poetic. He was stating a spiritual fact. His Torah, his success, his fame, his massive influence, it was all her energy manifested through him. She was the Akaret HaBayit, the mainstay of the home. Without the foundation, the skyscraper collapses. So what does honoring actually mean? It doesn't just mean not being mean. It doesn't mean just buying flowers on a birthday. The Talmud uses the word mokir. This comes from the word yakar, expensive, valuable, heavy. To honor means to treat something as if it is extremely fragile and extremely valuable. In your business, how do you treat your most valuable asset? If you bought a $500,000 Ferrari, would you park it on the street in a bad neighborhood? Would you skip the oil changes? Would you let people eat messy food inside it? No. You would protect it. You would insure it. You would polish it. Your wife is the router of blessing. If the router is down, the Wi-Fi is down. If the Ferrari is broken, you can't race. Honoring means you prioritize her emotional stability above your business anxiety. When you walk through the door, you are not the CEO. You are the servant of the sanctuary. If she feels safe, the vessel is open. If she feels heard, the vessel expands. If she feels cherished, the vessel becomes magnetic. When a woman feels deeply loved, she radiates a spiritual shield around her husband. This is the wall of fire that the prophets speak of. This shield protects him from bad business deals. It protects him from the evil eye of competitors. It protects him from his own stupidity and ego. I know billionaires who will not sign a contract until their wife meets the other party. Why? Because a woman has bina yetera, extra intuition. God built the woman to protect the home. She can smell a predator a mile away. The man sees the potential profit. Look at the numbers. The woman sees the spiritual danger. I don't trust his eyes. If you ignore her intuition, you are ignoring your security system. How many times have you lost money because you didn't listen to that gut feeling? That gut feeling is often your wife's frequency trying to reach you. Now let's talk about the danger zone. The tears of a wife. This is critical. If you are making your wife cry, you are bankrupting yourself. The Talmud gives a terrifying warning. A man must be very careful about the pain of his wife, for because her tears are common, her punishment is near. What does punishment mean here? It means the blocking of the flow. There is a concept called Sha'arei Dima, the gates of tears. Most gates to heaven are closed, but the gates of tears are never closed. When a woman cries out of pain caused by her husband, Those tears go straight to the heavenly court. They bypass all the angels. They go straight to the CEO. And when the CEO, the creator, hears that his daughter is being mistreated, he cuts off the funding to the manager. You are the manager. If you abuse the staff, your wife, the investor pulls the capital. I have seen this happen 1,000 times. A man cheats or screams or neglects his wife, and suddenly his sure thing business deal falls apart. He blames the market. He blames the economy, but the market didn't change. His spiritual standing changed. He lost his credit rating in heaven. Let's talk about the ROI, return on investment, of Shalom Bayit. Shalom Bayit means peace in the home. Most people think peace is just the absence of fighting. No, peace is a container. The Mishnah says God found no vessel that holds blessing other than peace. Imagine you have a barrel. You want to fill it with gold coins. If the barrel is held together by strong iron bands, peace, it can hold millions. If the bands are loose, conflict. The staves separate and the coins fall out. Strife in the home creates cracks in the barrel. You earn money, but the car breaks. You earn money, but you get sick. You earn money, but you get sued. That is the curse of the cracked barrel. You have income, but no retention. When you invest in Shalom Bayit, you are tightening the bands of the barrel. You are ensuring that every dollar you make stays with you. Modern culture tells you that a high-maintenance wife is a burden. The Torah tells you that an expensive wife is a high-yield asset. The sages say, spend less than your means on food. Spend up to your means on your own clothes, but spend beyond your means on your wife and children. Why spend beyond? That sounds like bad financial advice, right? No, it is a supernatural investment. When you stretch yourself to honor her, to buy her the dress she wants, to take her on the vacation she needs, to hire the cleaning lady to relieve her stress, you are signaling to the universe, I value the vessel. And the universe responds, since you value the vessel, we will give you more light to fill it. It is a direct correlation. You stretch for her, God stretches for you. You are stingy with her, God is stingy with you. If you count pennies with your wife, God will count pennies with your income. Now I know the objection. I hear it in the comments already. But Rabbi, you don't know my wife. She is difficult. She nags me. She is ungrateful. She doesn't respect me. I hear you, and I want to speak to you man to man. A wife is a mirror. The Kabbalists teach that the wife reflects the face of the husband. As water reflects the face, so the heart of man reflects the man. If you give her criticism, she reflects defensiveness. If you give her neglect, she reflects resentment. If you give her love, she reflects glory. If you don't like the reflection in the mirror, do you scream at the mirror? Do you try to break the mirror? No. You change your face. You are the leader. That is what being the head of the household means. It doesn't mean you are the boss. It means you are the source. If the river is polluted, check the source. If you change the energy you bring to her consistently, not just for one day, she will change. It is a law. She cannot help but respond to consistent masculine love and honor. It might take 30 days. It might take 6 months. But you are playing the long game. You are building a dynasty. So how do we fix this? You might be thinking, Rabbi, my marriage is messy. Is it too late? Have I lost the blessing forever? No. You can repair the vessel. Torah is about teshuvah, return, repair. You can fix a cracked vessel with gold, and it becomes even stronger than before. Here is the Malhoot protocol. This is a 4-step system to restart your financial flow by fixing your marriage. Step 1. The apology audit. This is the hardest step for the male ego. Go to your wife today, sit down, look her in the eyes and say this: I want to apologize. I have not been treating you like the source of my blessing. I have been chasing money and ignoring the source. I have made you feel second place. I am sorry. You don't need to explain. You don't need to make excuses. You just need need to lower your ego. When the husband lowers his ego, the wife's heart opens. When her heart opens, the blockage in the spiritual pipe is removed instantly. The flow can start again. Step 2. The threshold transition. This is a tactical habit. Most men walk into their house carrying the war energy of the marketplace. They are stressed, aggressive, and distracted. They walk in looking at their phone. This pollutes the sanctuary. Here is the rule. Before you touch the doorknob of your house, stop. Take a deep breath. Visualize the stress of the day falling off your shoulders. Put your phone in your pocket, or better yet, leave it in the car for 20 minutes. Walk through the door as a husband and father, not as a businessman. And for the first 5 minutes, you do nothing but connect. You don't go to the bathroom. You don't get a snack. You don't ask what's for dinner. You find your wife. You touch her. You look at her. You ask about her. This 5-minute investment sets the frequency for the entire night. If you win the first 5 minutes, you win the evening. If you win the evening, you have Shalom Bayit. If you have Shalom Bayit, you have the vessel for wealth. Step 3. The golden compliment. Words are creative power. You create your wife's self-image with speech. Every day, praise her for something specific. Don't just say, "You look nice." Say, "I really appreciate how you handled that situation with the kids today. You have so much patience." Say, "You make this house feel like a home. Thank you." Praise is fuel. A confident, happy wife is a powerful spiritual generator. A depressed, insecure wife is a drained battery. You need a generator, not a drain. Charge her up with your words. And here is the secret. Praise her in public. Praise her in front of the children. Praise her in front of her mother. When you honor her publicly, God honors you publicly. Step 4. Financial transparency. Many men hide money from their wives. They create secret accounts. They hide losses. They hide gains. They think they are protecting her or maintaining control. This is a fatal mistake. She is your partner. Ezer Kenegdo. If you hide things from the partner, you create a shadow in the vessel. Shadows breed fear. Fear breeds conflict. Share your goals with her. Share your struggles with her. Ask for her blessing on a deal. When she says, "I believe in you," or "I bless this deal," that is not just nice words. That is a spiritual stamp of approval. It carries weight in heaven. If your wife is worried about money, the money will be tight. If your wife feels secure and trusts the plan, the money will flow. Bring her into the light. Step 5. The Friday night secret. Iwash is Shail. There is a custom in every Jewish home on Friday night, Shabbat. Before we eat, before we drink the wine, the husband sings a song to his wife. It is called Iwash is Shail, a woman of valor. A woman of valor, who can find. Her worth is far beyond pearls. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he lacks no gain. Notice the connection. He trusts in her. He lacks no gain. Every Friday night, you sing this to her. You look at her. You elevate her. This resets the week. No matter how hard the week was, no matter if you fought on Tuesday, on Friday night, you declare her value. This weekly reset prevents resentment from building up. It keeps the vessel clean. Start doing this. Even if you just read it in English, read it to her. It will change the atmosphere of your home instantly. Let me address the man who thinks he is too alpha for this. You think being the man means being dominant, stoic, and unbothered? True alpha is not dominance. It is provision and protection. If you are failing to protect your wife's heart, you are a failed protector. If you are failing to provide emotional security, you are a failed provider. Real strength is having the discipline to control your own ego for the sake of your family's prosperity. It takes a weak man to scream at a woman. It takes a strong man to listen to her pain without getting defensive. Be the strong man. You want to double your income in 2025? You want to break that glass ceiling? Stop looking for a new funnel. Stop looking for a new crypto coin. Go home. Buy flowers on a Tuesday for no reason. Listen without fixing. Treat her like the queen of your personal kingdom. Because there is no king without a queen, and there is no kingdom without a stable throne. The Zohar says, "A man without a wife lives without joy, without blessing, without goodness, without Torah, without protection, and without peace." Without blessing literally means without money. Test this. I challenge you, treat her like royalty for 30 days. Don't tell her you are doing it. Just do it. Watch her soften. Watch the tension leave your house. And then watch your phone. Watch the opportunities that come out of nowhere. Watch the problems that suddenly solve themselves. The money follows the peace. The light follows the vessel. I am Rabbi Boaz. Your soul is the blueprint. Your life is the construction. Now go home and build the vessel. Shalom.